Recently, Taylor Swift, she went to a Jets game, and there's a conspiracy theory that she went there for an SEO purpose to do something. I'm going to share this with you. It's absolutely wild. Tom Hanks, he recently did a video where he was promoting a dental plan, but it turned out that it was AI. It wasn't really him.
Seeing is not believing, especially in the age of artificial intelligence. You may see one of your favorite stars on social media touting a product or service, but it might all be AI. Jim Murray on the chaos being caused by technology.
Then they go into they're even taking dead people and recreating them and having them push products and services and things like that. So AI, it looks just like her, and it doesn't look fake. And it's going to get to the point where how do we even confirm what's real and what's not real?
With Travis's mom, Donna.
I think the secret's out.
Taylor Swift recently has been going to these football games, right? And she's bigger than the football games. And I'll break it down from a numbers standpoint. She has more followers and fans than all the NFL teams. All right, welcome back to another episode of Dental Rift. I'm your co-host, Gary Bird. I'm the founder of SMC National, where we help you create, convert, and close more new patients so you can grow the way that you want.
My name is Tanner Applegate. I am the CEO and founder of Unified Dental. We are helping provide a holistic view of what's going on in your dental office to make sure that you're making the best decisions you can make.
Okay, man, we got an absolute insane episode today. So we got three things that we're going to cover. Smile Direct Club, they just went into BK. What does that mean for dental? Number two, recently, Taylor Swift, she went to a Jets game, and there's a conspiracy theory that she went there for an SEO purpose. To do something. I'm going to share this with you. It's absolutely wild. It would be really smart if she did it. And then thirdly, Tom Hanks, he recently did a video where he was promoting a dental plan, but it turned out that it was AI. It wasn't really him. So let's jump into this. Which topic do you want to jump into first?
Let's go to the Tom Hanks one.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up for you, and I'm going to share this so you can respond to this. Let's see here.
Not believing, especially in the age of artificial intelligence. You may see one of your favorite stars on social media touting a product or service, but it might all be AI. Jim Murray on the chaos being caused by technology.
Gayle King is hopping mad. This video appears to show her pushing weight loss gummies.
Honestly, I didn't expect my weight loss to spark so many questions.
But she says it's a fake generated by artificial intelligence.
So I only found out about it because people reached out to me and said, where are these gummies? Where do you get them? And I said, it's great you're talking about it. I go, what are you talking about? So the fact that somebody can take that and put that out there is scary. Very scary.
Tom Hanks is also warning about a fake AI video circulating on the internet. In it, he appears to be selling dental insurance. Beware, the beloved actor says in a statement, I have nothing to do with it.
I love to do impressions.
The AI scam artist.
All right, so then they go into they're even taking dead people and recreating them and having them push products and services and things like that. So what are your thoughts on this?
Hey, I got something crazy to share with you, and I'm going to get you right back to the show, I promise. So we have an event called AlignerCon coming up next year, and this month we're giving away a buy one, get one free. We're going to be partnering with Clear Correct, and this is going to be one of the biggest events that we've ever done in Nashville, Tennessee, in the biggest hotel in America. If you want to come to this, again, we're going to give you a buy one, get one free. We want to meet you in person. Just go to alignercon.com, and we're going to teach you how to create, convert, close, and even some clinical components around clear aligners. So don't miss this event. Go check it out now. Back to the show.
I think it's terrible, and I think it's definitely, we're barely scratching the surface with these problems for sure. I know that another area that this is a major issue is the political problems. The political system next year. With
100%.
the elections coming up.
Yeah, because all you have to do, if you watch the Gayle King AI, it looks just like her, and it doesn't look fake, and it doesn't. So all you have to do from a political standpoint with AI is get people to believe something that's not true for just long enough not to vote or to vote on something, and you can swing an election really, really quickly. And it's going to get to the point where how do we even confirm what's real and what's not real? We already have kind of that going on because of the internet, where everybody believes these crazy conspiracy theories and stuff, but this can get way out of hand really, really quickly.
Yeah, it is. It's scary. I mean, the potential of this and how it's going to happen. And the reality is too, is like, yeah, how do you crack down on this? I think that a lot of people are hoping that the sites where they get posted get cracked down, but it's so easy. You're right. Just to see it once or twice and start sharing it with other people and on text messages or whatever. And all of a sudden it goes around in an area. And yeah, you just have to believe it for just a little bit. It's terrifying.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about. I want to talk about the Smile Direct Club, but I want to run this conspiracy theory by you first. Okay. So Taylor Swift recently has been going to these football games, right? And it's become, she's bigger than the football games. And I'll break it down from a numbers standpoint. She has more followers and fans than all the NFL teams combined. Okay. So just to give you an idea how big Taylor Swift is. So she went recently to a Jets game, and she went to the home Jets game, watched the game, and she traveled to New York. It's hard to get there. It's hard to get in and out, all that kind of stuff. But she went, and there's a conspiracy theory out. And I just laughed when I heard this because it was actually really smart. So Taylor Swift in the past has taken criticism because she is like pro environment and wants to help the environment and those kind of things, right? But then she flies everywhere on her private jet all the time. Like she's constantly in and out. She's jet setting all the time. And so people have called her on that. And there's been a lot of negative publicity around Taylor Swift and her jet. But guess what comes up now when you Google search Taylor Swift jet or Taylor Swift's jet?
Oh, the jet scheme.
And so people are coming out and saying, no. She literally went to that away game because her boyfriend's Travis Kelce, who's on the Kansas City Chiefs. She didn't go to his home game. She went to his away game. And the reason that she did that was to fix the SEO search. When you search for Jets and Taylor Swift, all that comes up is her going to that game.
So I just Googled it while we were chatting about it. And now there's like this weird third piece of it because we got the Jet issue, we got the away game, but now actually the conspiracy theory is actually what's popping up. So I'm sure that was unintended by her, but that's hilarious that that's happening. But yeah, I mean, I could totally see it. I think that Taylor Swift may be an example of this. She is no dummy when it comes to PR, but also the other companies that do this is Disney. I heard a similar thing that there is this conspiracy that Walt Disney is like frozen, cryogenics frozen underneath Disney World or whatever. And so to bury the publicity of that, they created the movie Frozen. So now when you type in Walt Disney Frozen, it's Frozen that pops up everywhere. So I just think it's hilarious. These things are funny, whether they're true or not. I'm not one to believe quickly into the conspiracy theories, but maybe that just makes me the fool. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and with these, it's like, this conspiracy is interesting because even if you don't believe it, it teaches you something about SEO, right? Yeah. Like you learn really quickly, like, oh, that's how SEO search works. It's not based on just the information that's out there. It's based on the new information that's coming out and how many eyeballs are on that new information. So if you play your cards right, you can really take advantage of the search engines. And those are two great examples. Let's talk about Smile Direct Club. I actually didn't hear about this. So what happened there? Hey, sorry to interrupt the show, but this is a segment that I think is going to bring a lot of value to you. And it's under in 2 minutes. It's really, really fast. It's called Ask Gary. People have been emailing in their questions to askgary@smcnational.com. And what we do is we just try to quickly answer your questions so you can grow the way that you want. And today's question came from Peter. And he asked, what metrics do I actually want to track when it comes to marketing? In marketing, there's infinite amount of stats. You can track everything and anything now. And there's so many things to track. But from a high level, what you really want to know is this. What is your cost to acquire a new patient walking through your door? How much does that cost you? Is it $100, $200, $300, $500, $1,000? You want to figure that out. And you don't want to know how much it is. You don't want to include your patient referrals into that number. So you should only be looking at the patients that were generated from marketing that are coming into your office. How much did you spend to get those people to come in? Don't count your patient referrals. Don't count your doctor referrals into that. Then from there, you want to look at what is your cost cost to generate a new patient lead? Those are two different things. A lead is not a patient, and a patient is not a lead. So how much is it for a qualified lead? People who are reaching out to your office that are actually new patients and are qualified, that you could have got them in, they would have been a great patient. How much does it cost you to make that phone ring or to get them to schedule online? Those are the two main numbers that you have to know. If you don't know these numbers and you're doing marketing, you are guessing, and it makes it really hard to actually make decisions of should we do more, should we do less. The other thing to call out is that those two numbers are not just marketing numbers, they also are operational numbers. They help us see how operations is performing as well as how marketing is performing, and then it allows you to get better and work together to improve those numbers. So I hope that helps. Back to the show.
Yeah, Smile Direct Club has been struggling for a while. So they went, to give you a little background on Smile Direct Club, right? They are an aligner company similar to Invisalign. Their business model when they started, though, was we're going to give you technology to go directly to your house. You don't have to come in or do anything like that. And so they were kind of unique in that way. But what happened was they ended up blowing up and doing really well. They had an IPO. When was their IPO? Their IPO was a handful of years ago. So it's only been like 3 or 4 years ago. At the time of IPO, they raised like $1.4 billion. The company was valued at $9 billion. And so they were kind of at the peak of prime now there. And then within the last week, they had to, because of dwindling sales and all other issues, they just filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Wow. Right. So what that means is they get to restructure some of their assets. They have over $1 billion of liabilities. They only have $500 million of assets. And so they've got a creditor protection right now. They've got $20 million that the founders, who became billionaires at the time of the IPO, which is crazy to me that you can have a company where the founders are billionaires and then they go bankrupt literally a handful of years later. But the founders have to put in $20 million in order to find a purchaser or to wind down the company. And I'm saying compared to $100 billion, compared to $1 billion, 20 million's a drop.
How does this impact dental, and what do we learn?
It follows the model of direct-to-consumer hype, right? So the direct-to-consumer hype was really big 5 years ago. Everyone was doing it, right? So Allbirds is an example of that. A lot of these companies where people were just pouring money into these direct-to-consumer models because it was the next big thing, and none of them are actually doing well now. So Smile Direct Club is an example of that, and they are doing terribly now. So I think that what I would say is that the model of orthodontics specifically has swung back to providers needing to be involved. It's not all about comfort. It's also about quality. Smile Direct Club ran into so many PR issues of people negatively saying, hey, don't use these. This is my result. And so I think that we're starting to see this kind of in between where, and even Smile Direct Club has tried to do this, where they went back and said, hey, let's get the provider involved and start selling it through the dental offices. And it didn't take enough. It was a little too late.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's very interesting. That is true. The direct-to-consumer market boomed, but the problem with direct-to-consumer is if everybody's doing it, then it doesn't work for anybody. And it's just an add-on that businesses can have. Meaning, if let's give an example of Allbirds. If Allbirds is the only one selling shoes direct-to-consumer, it works great, right? They'll have plenty to make, plenty of opportunities, plenty of customers. But if hundreds of other Allbird-type companies open up and all do it, it just eats away at all the corners of your pie, and you don't really build a relationship with your customers because you're just kind of like this middleman almost with the direct-to-consumer model, especially when you're just ordering. There's no store, there's no, right? Like it's just like you lose that connection, and just as quickly as you grow, you can fall. So
well, a lot of them have pivoted. I mean, Peloton was another example of it. But even like if you look at Peloton and honestly, all of these examples, Peloton, Allbirds, and Smile Direct Club, they all started doing physical retail locations, but it still wasn't enough. I think I'm interested to look into it a little bit more and say, okay, what is the successful thing now? Because consumerism is still at a very all-time high. And if you can't do direct to consumer or do retail location, what is the model then right now?
Yeah, that's very interesting, right? Yeah, because the retail environment right now is like really bad. both on the property side and everything else going on. So
TikTok
interesting
shops,
times
man,
we live
it's
in.
the future.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, great show today, man. I'll talk to you.
Talk to you soon.
Peace.